Hello there, Samurai. It's Gbpjpy. Let's get straight into it. So I'll be breaking down a before and after setup I caught on Usdcad on the 15-minute time frame, because you all know that is the only time frame I trade. So now I'll be showing you the before and this is the after of it. So now I marked out my zone, my point of interest. Everybody know I use other block for my point of interest. So now I marked out the Asian eye. That's the Asian eye I marked. So now I was deliberately waiting, because I did not want Asia to drive price into my POI. So I wanted London to sweep the eye of Asia, tap into my POI, then give me a confirmation. So that is how I caught this setup on Usdcad, and it played out cleanly. You can see the before of it and you can see the after of it to tell you that this strategy works over 80 to 90% of the time. So you don't need to predict the market. All you need to do is react with whatever the market is giving you at every point in time. So in Gbpjpy, as the samurais that we are, we trade reaction over prediction at every point in time. Reaction over prediction. So we are marking out the new POI for the next move we'll be catching by tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, which happens to be Thursday. So now we'll be looking to catch it. So now after marking out my structure, I was trying to give you, see, that's our lower low, our lower high, lower low, then our lower high, giving us another lower low. Then we're looking for retracement back into our point of interest, then to give us another lower low. So this is our intention based on market structure on Usdcad. So we're looking to catch this on Usdcad. So we'll be looking to catch the setup right from that my point of interest over there to the lows, giving us another lower low. So moving on to the next pair, USDCHF. So USDCHF, we marked this point of interest in my last video I made yesterday. It happens to be on Tuesday. So I made this video, then I marked out my POI. So price refused to get into it. So that line you can see is the Asian session. So I marked the eye of Asian session with the hope that price should sweep the eye and tap into the POI. But unfortunately for us, price did not tap into the POI yesterday. That is how you need to be patient enough until price taps your POI. Don't trade. So you see, like, it is very close, about few pips to my POI, but yet I didn't take it. That's the benefit and the advantage of sticking to your system, your rule-based system. At every point in time, you stick to your rule-based system. If price does not get to where you want it to get to, you don't do anything. That is how we trade in Gbpjpy. So now we'll be looking to sell right from that zone, just the way we are selling Usdcad. So Usdcad and Usdchf are tending to be bearish at this point in time. So now I need Asian accumulation. We don't want Asian to tap into our zone. So we need Asian accumulation and London sweeping it into our zone. They're giving us a confirmation. So moving on to GU, which happens to be GBPUSD, the Great Britain pounds and the United States dollar. So now we marked out this zone since our previous video of yesterday. Price has refused to get to it. So we just keep waiting and sitting on our hands and doing nothing. So now I marked out my structural high, then I marked out my structural low. So if price does not tap into our POI, or if price goes ahead to give us another higher high, then we'll be looking to mark another zone. But for now, that zone still remains valid. So we hope that price goes into it. The London session sweeps Asia low, goes into it and gives us in confirmation. So we'll be looking to buy right from that zone. Our stop loss a little bit below the structural low. Then our targets, it's supposed to be our take profit at the highs. So we don't trade based on aggression. We trade only confirmation. So if price taps our zone in London session specifically, do we wait for confirmation? So now this is DJ, which happens to be one of my favorite pairs, the volatile king. So now I was waiting till we had two other block on GJ as of our yesterday post, our previous post, but I trust the extreme order block based on my historical data, my historical findings, that the extreme order blocks works the most when you trade a pair. the extreme order block was the most. So, but yet we didn't get that. Price reacted from the decisional order block, giving us another further BS to the upside. So now we have another new range of structure. We have another new range of structure now. So we'll be looking to, so now that's the BS to the upside. To me, that little pullback to the side is not a valid pullback to me. So you need to have a rule. That is not a valid pullback to me. So now that's my new structural high, then my new structural low. So now I'm just looking to mark another new zone to buy from. So now GG has created another new zone. That previous zone becomes invalid immediately. So you need to have a rule to whatever you are doing. You need to have a rule. So now I'm tending to mark another point of interest. So now the last accumulation before the momentum up, the last sell before the buy, which happens to be our POI, our order block. So now we're just waiting for Asian to not drive price into that zone, then give London the sweep the low without breaking the structural low, then giving us a confirmation. So now if you have any issue with you are not tending to understand what a confirmation means, let me see you in the comment section. So now this is our analysis for GJ. Then our last pair, Euro USD. So Euro USD did the same thing as Gbpjpy USD. It didn't tap into our POI. Going for the high, as long as the structural high is not taken out, is not broken above. We don't want a week of the high. We don't want a liquidation of the high. We want a strong break of the high. So as long as that is not done, our previous zone remains valid. So now we're just looking, we're still waiting, we're sitting in our hands. If price does not break that high and does not tap into our zone, we are sitting in our hands. But if price does not break that high and comes back into our POI, our valid point of interest, and we make sure specifically it's London session that drove price into it, we enter the trade. We wait for a confirmation and enter the trade. So we trade only based on confirmation, not just aggression. Because the market, nobody knows what the market is saying. We're just trying to react to what the market is giving us and not predict it. Because nobody predicts the market. So, and that for Euro USD. Euro USD is bullish, GU is bullish, GJ is bullish. So those pairs are bullish steadily for now. And we're just waiting for confirmation. Or if price flips, then our bias flips with it. So that is that for that. And you should stay consistent. I'll see you in the next video.